everyone, and welcome to YarnGasm. I'm Kristen, and this is episode 161 or 62. I'm completely blanking. I'm not working with any show notes this week, so bear with me. But anyway, welcome to the show. If you are a returning viewer, thanks so much for coming back. And if you are a new viewer, thanks so much for checking out my podcast. I'm so excited that you guys decided to spend a little bit of your week with me chatting about knitting, spinning, and hand dyeing yarn, as this is what the podcast is about. So without further ado, I will dive right into things. There really hasn't been any knitting going on this week, which is really unfortunate. It's just been so crazy busy between work and life, but in a good way, so I'm not complaining. But still, it would have been nice to have a little downtime to knit and work on things. What can you do? But yeah, I did manage to put a little bit of a dent in my fairy hair socks. This is my hand-dyed yarn on my Volca base, which is a 80% superwash merino, 10% nylon, and 10% cashmere blend, which is super lovely and soft and squishy. So I made it down to the heel turn, and I picked up the gussets. So now I just have to knit the foot, and I'm done, and I have a pair of socks. I showed you the finished sock last week, which is hanging on my wall over there. So you know what a finished sock looks like. Here's where I am with the second one. And as I mention every week, this is my these are my carbuns, my Knitter's Pride carbuns on US size 1.5 needles. And I'm not sure what that is in millimeters, but we'll look it up. So yeah, that's where I am with these. And then I put in a minor dent in my Summer in Kansas shawl. And this is on my hand-dyed yarn in my Afterglow colorway. And here's where I am. So a little bit of progress on there. So it's just like this kind of like mauve color with subtle, come on, spread out. Lace is always so wonky like that. With like these subtle blue undertones to it. I love this colorway. So I'm super excited about it. And I think this is going to be my Rhinebeck shawl. I don't think I have enough time to knit up a Rhinebeck sweater. So Rhinebeck shawl it is. This has been the tradition every single year. If I don't have a sweater, I have a shawl to show for. I think the only year, I think it was 2 years ago, that I showed up in my Amy Christopher's, goodness, what is the name of that sweater? I will post it in the down bar right here so you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that was the only year that I ever wore a sweater to Rhinebeck. But I think this fall, I'm going to cast on my very first featherweight. It is going to happen. So just you watch. I'm going to knit a featherweight, finally. Yeah, Hold me to it. Anyway, okay, so that's still on the needles. No spinning has been done, and I can tell right now this is going to be a very short episode. But yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. So I guess no spinning. There's been a lot of sewing. There has been a lot of sewing, so I will get to that in shop update because some of you are just not into that. But I did have a really lovely package waiting for me in my mailbox this past week. I did a swap with Anissa. You're watching, hello. She sent me we agreed to swap some minis and a skein of yarn, like just a D-stash or what have you. And she sent me the most lovely package. She sent me a nice little personal note. And she says that she kind of skimped out on the packaging. I think these are the most beautiful. They're not like little skeins per se, but they are just little yarn nuggets. That's what I'm going to call these. They're little mini yarn nuggets. They're just so tightly wound and so pretty. But and she didn't label who makes a lot of these, but I'm going to guess that some of these I can guess who dyed these or where they came from. This is obviously Sugar Plum by Madeline Tosh and the Pashmina base, which she sent me a whole skein of it. And I'm guessing she knit a sweater and had an extra skein left over. So she kindly sent me the leftover skein. Okay, here it is. There's some yarn wrapped around it, but anyway, totally my color. I absolutely love this. And yeah, it's the Sugar Plum colorway in Twist Light Madeleine Tosh, which is 75% superwash wool and 25% nylon. So this is going to be a lovely, lovely, lovely shawl, I think. It's so, so nice. And I actually have a skein of Madeleine Tosh in the same exact colorway, the Sugar Plum colorway, in her Tosh Merino, what is it, Mad Tosh Light. So it's a single ply Madeleine Tosh yarn. So yeah, but it's totally my color. Thank you, Anissa. And she sent me, what is this? Posy, another Madeleine Tosh. And another one, Natural. I'm gonna guess that she's a Mad Tosh fan. I'm just gonna go with that. Let me see, Gray Owl. DK Lilac and Tennis Fiber Arts, which is a really pretty purple. And then, okay, yeah, this one's Sea Salt. I'm not sure what, it might be Mad Tosh. It might be, I don't know. And yeah, this one, which I think it's the same as Lilac. No, it's different. Slightly more pink, but still beautiful. Yeah, so that was really nice to get in the mail. Thank you so much, Anissa. This was wonderful. And yeah, some lovely, lovely yarn to add to my Cozy Memories blanket, which I have not put a dent in. So yeah, I've got a lot of catching up to do. But anyway, what else do I have to talk about? Sewing. I want to start sewing my Anna dress. That was the pattern that I spoke about. It's by Hand London. It's a pattern that I downloaded and printed out and cut out all the pieces. And now I have the fabric that I want to use for that pattern. And this is, I don't believe I showed it to you before. I think I kept talking about it, but I never had it on me to show it to you. But this is some Downton Abbey fabric that it's 100% cotton, but yeah, this is the Lord and Lady Grantham pattern from Andover Fabrics, and it's a print, but it's supposed to be tweed, but I thought it was incredibly gothy and my speed. So yeah, it has this really cool tweed print to it, with some, like, subtle, like, magenta flecks to it. I don't even think, like, they're mauve. It's mauve. There are these little tiny mauve dots in here. And I showed it to Molly from a Homespun House, and she's like, Kristen, that would look really cool. It's a really versatile pattern, and it would look really cool with a featherweight cardigan chucked over it. And I was like, you are so right. So that's why this fall it's gonna all be about me knitting a featherweight cardigan. I haven't decided on the yarn. I'm probably gonna hand dye it, and I just haven't decided on which colorway I'm going to go with. But yeah, and I also purchased some more fabric to sew 3 more of these Anna dresses, because I have not sewn one yet, but I'm in love with the style, and I'm thinking that I want or need 3 for the fall, because they look so cute with some leggings and some boots, and yeah. So I'm very excited about that. But otherwise, I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, I mean, before I go into shop update stuff, I guess I'll talk about what else I've been up to this week, knitting related. I met up with Carlene. She is a viewer of the podcast, and she stopped by Gauge Intention the last time I was doing a trunk show, and we really had fun together. It was great meeting her there, and she reached out to me and said, hey, I'm going to be in the city. Do you want to check out Purl SoHo? And I said, sounds awesome. So I met up with her there yesterday, and ironically, I found out that the same day that we had planned to, that we were planning to meet up, Allison, who also works at Gauge Intention on the weekends, pinged me and said, hey, stop by Purl SoHo, I work there now. I'm like, this is too weird. Okay, so it's a sign. We have to go to Purl SoHo, which is crazy because I've lived in New York my entire life. I was born in Brooklyn, lived here all my life, and I've never been to Purl SoHo. I had to remedy that. So I met up with Carlene there yesterday, and we just hung out. Me, her, Allison. There was so much yarn. It's such a beautiful, beautiful shop. If you ever find yourself in Soho, downtown Manhattan, definitely check it out. It's wall to wall yarn. In the back they have fabric. They have Liberty fabric, which was amazing. Just the quality of it was so nice to touch. I was very tempted to get this one pattern, but I don't know. I was just kind of like, there were so many skeins that I was considering purchasing, but right now I just have like so much on my needles. It was just a little overwhelming. It's like, I want this, I want this, I want this. But then when it came time to check out, I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to knit with it yet. And I didn't want to purchase something only to find out that I wanted to knit a big shawl or a cardigan and then risk not finding the same dye lot. I don't know. This is how my brain works. It was fun. It was really great to go there and hang out. But at the end of the day, it's just like, I didn't buy anything. So I'm not, which is okay. Every time you go to a yarn shop, you don't have to leave with something. I mean, it's nice to, but at the same time, I'm just like, I'm okay. I don't need more yarn. Don't need more fabric right now. So, but Carlene made out like a bandit. She bought yarn that was, I think she bought like this linen blend, but she saw a pattern there that was really a sample, like a knitted shawl sample that was just beautiful, and she was totally inspired and bought the yarn for it. And yeah, so I'm a little jealous that she came away with something. But other than that, as I mentioned, it's a beautiful shop and it's almost like a museum. So when you go to the Purl SoHo website, you know how they have all the patterns, the free patterns that you can knit, and the photos of the garment. All those are there. Some of them are in glass cases that, it's almost like a museum. You can just browse and you can actually open the cases and take up shawls and play with them and try them on, and it's just really nice. We tried on these ombre 100% cashmere knitted seed stitch wraps. You've probably seen them on Instagram already, but they were just heavenly. They were heavenly. I almost walked out of the shop. I'm like, all right, guys, this is lovely, and I will see you next time. So, yeah, it was just really great. So, yeah, other than that, oh, yes, and I forgot to mention Carlene, who is Carlene Energy. I knew I was going to mess that up. Carlenergy on Ravelry. She has a new podcast out. One episode, but she is awesome. She's a total natural, so down to earth, and her knitting is just incredible. She knit this shawl by Stephen West, and I saw the Stephen West pattern online. I was like a little bit, I don't know if it's really my speed, but when I saw hers in person, I was just like blown away, and I suddenly want to cast one on myself. So, but definitely check out her podcast. It's called Made with Carlenergy, I believe. I will put down bar, show notes. It's all there. But Made with Carlenergy. She's really great, really fun. Definitely check out her podcast. So you've heard it here first. Anyway, I am going to move on to shop update stuff. Okay, so my camera ran out of memory, so I had to pause for a second. And yeah, I'm just realizing continuity-wise that door was closed. But anyway, moving along. There will be a shop update tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at voolenvineyarns.com. There will be yarn and, drumroll, there's going to be project bags. I'm super excited. So yeah, I will be debuting my project bags that I've hand sewn. So lots of sewing. Yeah, so anyway, where was I? I digress. Anyway, okay, so the first thing that I want to address, PSA-wise, is the fact that if you are familiar with my shop updates on Fridays, you know that the site is particularly slow when I do that update, because there's lots of traffic on the site, and it's been causing the site to crash or stall or just run super slow. Nothing would load. And I just want to apologize for that and to thank everybody for sticking with me during that whole thing. But it should be working fine for tomorrow's shop update. I did a little tweaking, a little technological troubleshooting. So So far, so good. The site has been running, purring like a kitten. It should be up to speed and a-okay for tomorrow's shop update. So thank you again to everybody for bearing with me. It's just one of these little technological glitches that you have to, you know, deal with one thing at a time. So anyway, that should be exciting. But yeah, so let me tell you or show you what is going to be in the shop tomorrow. I still have to reskein a bunch of yarn because I've been dying like a mad woman. But let me show you the reskeined ones. Okay, so there will be some Myth on Blitzed. And there will be some Pandora on my Smitten DK base. And there will also be, remember, if you follow me on Instagram, I posted a photo of this bouquet of flowers that I got last Friday. They're these really pretty mums. They're white or like kind of like a very light buttery yellow in the middle, and then they ombre out to like this light purpley pink. And I posted the photo on Instagram and was like, I'm kind of inspired to create my own colorway based on it. I made it happen. So this is going to be Mums the Word. Here it is. I will try and insert a photo of said mums in the video, in the podcast, so you can see, contrast and compare. So here it is on Blitzed, and I also have it on Strassa, which I have not reskeined yet, but I have an extra skein of Tink, which is a one-of-a-kind colorway. I had it on Blitzed last week. But somehow I think it kind of got lost in the mix because of the whole site crash thing that it was running super slow on my end too, because I could not get on to the back end of things and upload all my yarn because it was just slow as anything. It was glacial. Glacial is the word that I'm looking for. So yeah, but this will be going in the shop this week. The other thing that I'm super excited about, I have a new base, a new yarn base. I haven't named it yet. But I've been meaning to add alpaca. Yeah, I've been meaning to add alpaca to my collection of yarn bases, and I found this really, really lovely, lovely, lovely base. This is 80% superwash merino, 10% nylon, and 10% alpaca. So it's fingering weight yarn, it's 2-ply. So you could potentially knit a pair of socks, but why would you? Why would you do that with this? I would totally, just like my Volca base, it's so soft and so fluffy and lovely. I would totally knit a shawl with this or a sweater. So I compare it to my Volca base because I wouldn't knit a pair of socks with it. I would definitely either, you know, knit a garment that you're going to wear on your person, if that makes sense. Not on your feet. I don't know, unless you want a nice pair of socks, go for it. But yeah, I just wanted to add just some other kind of like luxury base to what I've been dyeing. So this is super awesome. Again, I haven't decided on a name for it yet, or what I'm gonna call it, but you will find out tomorrow. But this is fairy hair. So yes, I will have fairy hair in the shop tomorrow. And what else? Okay, now for the unskeined versions of things. Oops. Lots of stuff here. All right. You guys are gonna laugh. Oh my goodness. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Whole laundry basket of this stuff that I have to reskein. So yeah, here is Mum's the Word unreskeined. That's what it looks like. I will have Fang Banger. Some Fang Banger for you guys. Some Outlander. Some Fairy Hair. What's that? Again, spaghetti. Spaghetti at the moment. I will have some more Pandora on some Strassa and some Blitzed. And let me see what else. I will have some Enjoy the Silence. I'm like weeding through the spaghetti. That's what it is. So Enjoy the Silence. And yeah, I think that's all that I have to show you right now as far as colorways go. They're all in here. So those will be reskeined after I'm done recording. And I will be dyeing some more later on today. I apologize if my hair just got in the way of the microphone, but so yeah, I am super excited as usual. But yes, okay, time for the bags. So I've been making medium-sized project bags and having a lot of fun with them, guys. It's crazy. I can't even begin to tell you how much fun I've been having. But yeah, here's one. So it has a canvas bottom, super sturdy, so it stands up on its own. And then there's I use some lightweight interfacing on the side. I mean on the top portion. And then it has my logo on it. Some top stitching, and then on the inside, these are hydrangeas, by the way. It's a hydrangea because Cape Cod, hydrangeas are all over Cape Cod, and I saw this print and I was like, I have to make a bag out of it. And this kind of makes me chuckle, but or it's a sixth sense of humor. I don't know call it what you will, but I decided to add some bee lining to it. Yeah, because you have flowers and then bees on the inside. Yeah, I don't know. That's how my brain was working when I made this, but yeah, anyway. So there's that. And then this one is my total favorite. This one always makes me laugh, but I went a little cat crazy. I could not resist making a bag out of this fabric. Just purple cats with heart eyes. And again, the same canvas bottom. So the reason why I went with the canvas bottom is because I don't like when needles poke through my bags. You know, whenever I carry like a project with me, I always find that like if I'm knitting a pair of socks, the needles have a tendency to poke through fabric. So I figure canvas bottom, it might solve that issue, if anything. So yeah, there's that. And then the inside, oops, just has some simple gray polka dot fabric in there. So yay, there's that one. And then this one's really cool. Like, I'm a huge fan of mixed media art and collages, and decoupage is one of my favorite pastimes. And I saw this fabric and I was like, I gotta get it. So it has like a little cutout bird there and just all this crazy flower stuff happening on it. It's really pretty. I don't know. It spoke to me, you guys. So I got it. And then on the inside, some pink polka dot fabric. I want to have a lot more fun with lining. I want to add some like really, really fun prints to coordinate. I mean, this is not rocket science, but you know, just some really kind of tongue-in-cheek humor to the lining of my bags going forward. But yeah, so there's this one, and then what else? It felt like there was another one. I made another. This one's slightly smaller. I made this one today. Slightly tinier. But yeah. Then what else? Oh, this one. This one's kind of like a prototype. Got something on here. But I love this fabric, and I ordered a lot of it. And you'll see, you'll understand why when I show it to you. But yeah, I went for the unicorns, and I made myself a project bag. So yeah, and it glitters. It's crazy. It's crazy. And of course, I made myself a little project keeper with a unicorn on it. Yeah. So little beads on it, and I added a handle. I'm still deciding whether or not I want to add handles to my project bags. I mean, they're nice. They're really nice to have, you know, but just gonna carry them like that. I haven't decided yet. But let me know what you think, guys. I mean, do you like handles on your project bags? Do you not? Let me know. Feedback. That would be great. But yeah, I had a lot of fun making that one. This one will not be for sale tomorrow, but in the future. I ran out of lining, so I think if not this week, next week I will have some of these in the shop. So yeah, so excited. So yeah, that is what I have coming down the pike for tomorrow's update, and I hope to see you guys there. And otherwise, I'm gonna move on to blather. I'm trying to think what's going on blather-wise. As usual, I'm kind of like, that's been my week. But let's see, Dennis's brother came to stay with us yesterday. We went to this really good, kind of like beer hall in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. It's called Dirk the Norseman. And we had really good food. It's kind of like a German-Polish fusion, mainly Polish food. But they had the schnitzel. We ordered chicken schnitzel. Me and Dennis split a brisket. And we got some really good maple bacon cauliflower. Yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about this right now, but I know what I want to talk about. Not to bring up Molly again, but she sent me or she forwarded me this Instagram photo that Sarah from Love Sock Wool posted on her Instagram feed, and she was knitting on a pair of fairy hair socks, and she decided to paint her nails the color of fairy hair using glitter, and it came out amazing, so awesome that I had to copy her. So I went to the I had to go run an errand the next day, and I ended up at Walgreens, and I passed by the nail polish section, and they have the same nail polish that Sarah used for her nails. I don't know if you can see, but she used a Chanel taupe underneath, and then she used the Sally Hansen glitter, which I'll show you in a second. So, okay. So, because I don't have the fancy Chanel nail polish that she did, I used this kind of nude color that I got from Forever 21. And I don't even know what color it is. It's called Natural. Natural. No surprise there. But then she topped it with, let me see, Sally Hansen Extreme Wear in their strobe light nail color. You can see that. But I thought it was a brilliant idea, and I couldn't resist doing the same. And it's so, I don't know, I just love the way glitter looks over natural nail polish. Anyway, Sarah, you are awesome. So, yeah, and if you're not familiar with Sarah's podcast, she has the Love Sock Wool podcast, and she is so funny, and she knits a lot of socks. So definitely an inspiration, and she's so sweet and so energetic when she records. It's definitely got to check her podcast out. So, but anyway, I feel like I'm talking a lot this week. I'm actually really tired again. Just a lot again. Lots going on, and I need a good night's sleep for once, because yeah, it's been really hot and muggy at night. I've been waking up in the middle of the night having to turn the air conditioner on, because at night we've been getting really nice breezes coming through nice cross breeze coming through our house. You know, we've been leaving the window open, but then middle of the night, it just, I don't know what happens, it just gets so stuffy that I end up waking up and then I can't fall back asleep again. So anyway, but yeah, otherwise, yeah, it is getting late. I think it's about 3 o'clock now, and I still have some dyeing to do, and I have some more sewing to do, and I want to relax. I really want to just put my feet up, watch some podcasts, and do my thing. I don't know. So that said, I you know, have a great week, everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye.